Alright, I'm doing another video where I have to watch 5 different anime recommended to me by MyAnimeList. MyAnimeList has a function where it'll recommend you stuff based on what you've rated, and so I'm just gonna pick stuff randomly to watch. The first one I picked was Haikyuu. What's it called? Haikyuu to the top? Haikyuu... Yes, Haikyuu to the top. It is season 4 of Haikyuu, essentially. And it was actually split into 2 different halves. I watched the first half. And I had not seen Haikyuu in quite a while. I watched season 3 back in, like, I want to say 2017 or 2018. I had rewatched it since, but I had not seen any new Haikyuu in, like, yeah, maybe like 8 years. And man, it felt great to just be back with these boys. If you haven't seen Haikyuu, it's a volleyball anime. It's about these boys at a school called Karasuno, and it's just, I don't know how else to describe it. It's just great. I don't know. It's just very, very charming cast of characters. Really satisfying to watch them grow and get better and learn how to, you know, cooperate with each other. The animation is just, I was about to say gameplay. The volleyball gameplay and the animation is so sharp, so fun to watch. The characters themselves are very entertaining. The music's great. Presentation-wise, it is just stellar. It gets you so hyped to watch these boys play. And I loved seasons 1 through 3. I don't really know why I had just not kept watching. I just got busy. But I gotta say, like, for the first part of this To the Top series, it was pretty nice kind of like diving back in and like it's kind of like training stuff, which I actually wasn't expecting. I thought it was just gonna keep going like go, but it actually does some training stuff. It introduces you to future characters, like rivals that you're gonna see in, you know, matches down the line. I thought they did that really quite well, actually, in an entertaining way. And I think the animation style maybe changed or something. I think someone told me that, but honestly, because there was such a long gap for me, I didn't notice it all. It still looked great to me. It was really, really great revisiting these boys. If you haven't seen Haikyuu, for me, I love sports anime, and if I had to recommend one, besides Chiaifuru, we're gonna put that one aside because I always talk about it, I think I'd pick Haikyuu. It's so entertaining, and I didn't care about volleyball at all, but it made me really, like, invested in it. And yeah, I'm definitely excited to watch the more. Like, there's a second half of To the Top, and I know there's, like, movies and stuff. Looking forward to it. Yeah, I'm glad I'm back in. I was always in. I always loved Haikyuu. But, yeah, good to see these boys again. Loved it. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention is there's a new character, I think his name's Mia, voiced by Mamoru Miyano, and I love that he's, like, kind of mean. I don't know. I like a spicy, sort of mean rival character. I'm excited to see what he does. Yeah, should be fun. No spoilers, please. Alright, the second anime that MyAnimeList recommended that I chose is called Steins Gate, Open the Missing Link, Divide by Zero. So this one's really interesting in that, how can I describe it without spoiling Steins Gate? Well, first of all, if you haven't seen Steins Gate, I really like Steins Gate a lot. I have not seen Steins Gate Zero, but Steins Gate, the original show, was about this guy, named Okabe. He runs a future science lab, and he's doing these, like, goofy experiments, and I don't want to say too much about the plot. It's really one of those shows that you kind of just need to watch and see for yourself. There's time travel involved, and it's very interesting. I really like it a lot. I've always really enjoyed it. I've seen it a few times. It's one of those shows that is very challenging for people, the first half, and maybe a little slow, but it's one I enjoyed and still continue to enjoy. If you like a a sci-fi time travel story. The original Steins Great. Oh, the Steins Gate is Steins Great, is I guess what I was about to say. So what this one is, without spoiling too much, is a bridge between Steins Gate and Steins Gate Zero, which I have not seen yet, but I've heard good things. I know what Steins Gate Zero is about, and something that I didn't know that this existed, this divide by zero thing. Apparently, what it was when they rebroadcasted Steins Gate. This was, I think, 2015. Their episode 23 of that rebroadcast was changed, and so the first, let's say, 15 minutes of the episode are the same as the original show, and then the last 9 minutes or so are completely different. And it's basically a sort of this is going down a different path than the original show. That's all I'll really say about it. I think it was a surprise. I mean, I think Steins Gate Zero, the game or visual novel, had been announced, but they kind of teased, this is going to be there's going to be a special thing to commemorate it, or something like that. So it would have been kind of cool, for the initial broadcast, the rebroadcast, to watch it and be like, oh shit, they're changing it, and it's basically setting up the events of Steins Gate Zero, which again is basically a different path. I really want to watch Steins Gate Zero at some point. I hear it's very good. This was an interesting little bridge between them, but that's really all it is. So I don't know if Steins Gate Zero, if you need to watch this to watch Steins Gate Zero, probably not. The change was so ever slight. I wish maybe I had not known about Steins Gate Zero before watching this, because then I'd be like, oh shit, oh, okay, where's this gonna go? But since I know what Steins Gate Zero is, I was like, oh, okay. Anyway, it's interesting that it exists. I'm not sure yet if it's a must-watch, because I haven't watched Steins Gate Zero yet, but it definitely made me go, I should watch Steins Gate Zero. At some point. There's just so much shit I gotta watch, but yeah. Anyway, Steins Gate, the original, great show. Watch it if you haven't seen it already. It's awesome. Alright, anime number 3 I chose is one I had heard of. I knew it was supposed to be good, but the title was always kind of weird to me. It's Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai, which when you just hear the title, it doesn't sound like a show I would be interested in. But I was really surprised by this. I actually liked the show. I thought it was very good. So basically, the initial premise is that there's this girl, and honestly, the bunny girl thing is barely in the show. It's kind of misleading in a good way for me. She basically cannot be seen by anybody. She was this famous actress on TV, and then suddenly she starts to notice that other people cannot see her anymore, even if she wears a bunny girl outfit, which is again is the very only 1 or 2 scenes in the first couple episodes. Except there's this boy in her class who can see her. It's this thing called puberty syndrome that does these things that mind-bendy quantum stuff happens. Yeah, so the premise of the show is that this protagonist boy, he encounters different female characters who all have some kind of strange phenomenon going on. I won't spoil what they are, because some of them are actually pretty interesting. And this is not a new concept, the whole it's the protagonist, he's helping these girls one by one. But something about this show I really appreciated is that, for the most part, I think the tone of it is pretty low-key and honestly kind of realistic. It's not super bombastic and loud and annoying. For the most part, a lot of characters kind of talking about problems they're having, and they're very like relatable, kind of serious topics like bullying and things like that. If you care about early spoilers, you know, maybe skip ahead or something. But very early on, the boy and his name is Sakuta, and then the girl Mai, who's in the bunny girl outfit at first, they become like a couple early on, and it's honestly a very refreshing couple dynamic. Like, they're both like very mature and like dedicated to each other, and there might be like misunderstandings that pop up, and in any other more annoying show, the girl will be like, "Oh, Baka, I hate you," and there'd just be this whole annoying thing. But these two like really trust each other and like talk about stuff, and they're just very honest with each other. It's like really surprisingly mature and thoughtful writing, which I wasn't expecting because of the title. Now, some of the stories might be a little melodramatic and whatever, but I overall, and even though like the main guy, you know, he's kind of like the pervy high schooler, but he's not like obnoxious. He's very like kind of sarcastic, kind of like even more low-key, like Kyon from Haruhi. In fact, Kyon talks too much. This guy's like pretty chill. One of the nice things, the themes I like, is that he's very like, you know, who cares what other people think about you? You know, just like be true to yourself. So at his core, he's like a pretty sympathetic, compelling protagonist as far as these high school anime boys go. And yeah, like I was saying, like, even though not every single story is equal in terms of quality, the general through line and the quality of the show, I think, stays pretty consistent. I like these characters. I like seeing them interact with each other. I think the central relationship between the main two characters is really well written. It's really well written. I'm just so pleasantly surprised by all this. Considering I thought the title was going to be some kind of obnoxious fan service show, and there's really not a lot of fan service much at all for most of the show. It's just interesting little sci-fi, but mostly like relationship, like character focused like dramas. Yeah, it's good. I would definitely be interested in watching. I know there's a bunch of movies and like a sequel show. I might check these out. This was a total pleasant surprise. I definitely judged this a little bit based on the title, and I'm glad I gave it a shot. I thought it was a good show. Alright, number 4 is an anime I had known about for a long time, and I decided to choose it because I should, you know, finally see what people are talking about, and it was No Game, No Life. And I hated this. I truly hated this show. And I don't usually hate shows often. But let's talk about what it's about. So it is a show about a brother and sister. They're a pair of gamers. They're super intelligent gamers, and they get isekai'd to a fantasy world where there are 16 races and everything is determined by a game. So there's no violence, no war. All conflict is determined by these games. You decide the conditions, and then you know, the winner gets whatever you agreed upon. Which on its own is not a terrible concept, actually. I feel like that could be fun. But this show truly is everything I hate in anime in one show. It is truly the most anti-Sungwon show you could possibly put together. First off, the main characters, there's the 11-year-old girl, Shiro, and she is just constantly sexualized. The main two have this very, like, pseudo-incestuous, maybe not even just like this. It's such a creepy relationship. It truly, listen, I've watched a lot of anime. I've seen a lot of fan service, just whatever, but this truly, I just hate it. I hate it. It's just the worst. And then beyond that aside, the fan service in general is just so much in this. It truly is, and it's not funny. Like, it's a show that's always yelling and mistaking, like, oh, references to anime is funny on its own. It's not. It's got that very just obnoxious sense of humor. I do not like that the main two are just these super geniuses who are unbeatable all the time. Like, it's not compelling to me to watch a show about, let's say, games of wit, but it's supposed to be about wit. But these supposed games of wit, where the main characters are so flawless and such geniuses that every time their master gambit always works. There's no sense of tension because they're not going to lose ever. They're never going to struggle, and they're so fucking obnoxious. Oh my god. I just hate. It's so. And then the games themselves, like, I was under the impression, because this show has always been like, man, it's such a great show. The games suck. They're just, like, the first one is like, oh, it's chess, but the chess pieces have wills of their own, so sometimes they don't listen to you, and then it's just like this Calvin ball of chess, where there aren't really any rules. I have been led to believe that these games in this show were, like, really clever, and they're just annoying. They're just annoying. The last one in particular is really egregious. I would like to formally apologize to Angel Beats. In a different video, I was pretty harsh on Angel Beats. Angel Beats is art compared to this for me. It's just, there's nothing here for me. The characters are all just super irritating, or just caricatures, or just made to be mistreated. All the female characters are just degraded. It's just, oh boy, I really hated this a lot. It was a real struggle to get through this. Other shows, sometimes I'm like, oh, it's not for me, but I don't hate it. It's just really not for me. But I hated this a lot. Truly one of my least favorite things I've ever seen. Fucking rough. Alright, the last show I picked was Apocalypse Hotel. And, wow. This show was, I loved it. What a complete turnaround from No Game, No Life. Apocalypse Hotel is about a hotel. Basically, humans had to leave the Earth because of a virus that only affected humans. And so there's this hotel run by robots. The main girl, she is like the manager. And they've just been setting up this hotel every day in hopes of humans ever coming back. And that's how it starts. I'll just say that different guests come, and the show is just, man, it goes a lot of places that I wasn't expecting. At its core, it is a very sweet, funny show with, some melancholy of, like, an area that used to be humans, filled with humans, that's, totally overgrown with, like, green, and you know, there is this initial sort of just kind of sadness, but man, the show just like can like very deftly switch tones and moods so well without ever feeling jarring. Like, I would say most of the episodes are actually quite comedic, and some of them are really like just bonkers, but then you have some really just quiet ones, some really super just low-key moods. It does it all really, really well. And like I mentioned, there's a ton of surprises in this show, like stuff that I just like, oh, that's what's happening in the show now. And yet it never loses that just core of just sweetness. Like, yeah, it's just this like sci-fi comedy slice of life, tinged again with like the just the sad sort of inherent sadness of time passing. It just checked off all the boxes for me. I loved this. It's rare where a show really hits this hard for me. This one's like, I was just so impressed by it. Yeah, I think the characters are very charming. I think every episode feels very creative, and you know, again, you're never really sure what to expect. Again, I don't want to talk too much about like what happens in it. I think it's just a show. You just go into it and you experience the ride, and I really enjoyed this ride. I loved this show so much, and just a absolutely wonderful experience from beginning to end. Man, fucking great show. All right, that was 5 anime that MyAnimeList recommended to me. I would say Apocalypse Hotel was my favorite of the 5, and No Game No Life I can recommend to nobody. At least I don't think I really disliked it, but it made up for it with Apocalypse Hotel, which I thought was wonderful. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, please share this video. I really like talking about anime. So yeah, just like, comment, do all that stuff. I'd love to do more videos like this because I just love anime a lot. All right, see ya. Peace.